Jessica or Mr. Gerald to speak. Go ahead.
Sure.
On this.
Okay, so what happens every year is we publish the budget in the newspaper, and we also send a copy to the state auditor's office for review. And with that, what happens is we are supposed to hear today any written arguments or objections to those. The only objection we had was from the state auditor's office, who had a couple of clerical corrections, is what I would call them. The first one was the salary schedule changed, and that was because you guys, with the change in the city manager form of government and the increase in your all's salaries, they wanted the council meeting minutes and the ordinance that made that happen. So I went ahead and detailed out every single salary that was on that list so there wouldn't be any questions. But that's what they were looking for there, was the change in your all salaries. So I will send that to the state auditor's office with the corrections today. The other next correction was there was a contribution from other funds showing up in the coal severance. I had originally put that money into the streets and highways. We were planning to move it to Public Works in order to pave streets this year. And I put it in the wrong place. I put it in paving instead of in contributions to other funds, so it could move to the general fund. So it was just a movement of those two numbers to the right place. And then the other item that they had requested, I had not put an explanation for the $445,000 that we'd be receiving from the Raleigh County Fire Levy. I just didn't label it as the fire levy funds. So all of those will be corrected in that the big packet we send to the state auditor's office, and that should correct everything that we have objections to. And then from there, I guess we need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Well, we have to make it, I have to read this part. I make a motion to lay the levy incorporating into the change in fire levy description and the change of coal severance tax that the West Virginia State Auditor's Office is recommending. That's the form of the motion.
Second.
So is there any questions from council?
Yeah, I do have a question.
Okay, Janine?
About, some of the salaries.
Mhm.
Jessica, I was just looking at your salary increased from 78,511 to 110. That's correct?
78,511 was an inaccurate number from 24-25. It was not an accurate number at all.
Okay, so the accurate number is one.
Right, I started at 86, whatever that was, and then I got a 20% increase when I took on both positions. Yeah,
It's a huge responsibility.
yeah.
Okay.
I have
Oh.
a question.
Go
Sure.
ahead.
The fire levy money that we're gonna get, 445,000,
Mhm.
is that a one-time thing this year, or will that be, or when does that always come in at the same time every year?
No, so what happens is as property taxes are paid, that money comes in a little bit at a time with each property tax payment. So it accumulates in a savings account that the county controls, and then we ask for drawdowns of that money. And as we draw down that money, we record it as revenue on our side.
So do you see a decrease in property taxes?
The property tax revenue, it went up just fractional. It really was very, very little change in the property tax revenue.
Anybody else?
Well, I noticed
Hey.
here, in terms of, on one it says in term and the other one it doesn't.
Yes. So Billy had done the original one,
Okay.
and I had just put my name on there.
Okay.
I didn't even think to
Okay.
put that on there.
Just
Yes, but I'm
curious.
still interim.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Well, with that, we'll take a vote. All those in favor of approving the levy rates for the fiscal year 25-26, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, so moved. Thank you, council. Before we adjourn, just a couple announcements. If you all want to come back, if you got time, at 10 o'clock, we're doing another promotion to be Benjamin Tolliver. He'll be promoted to captain at 10 a.m., so if some of you all can make it, we'll have that ceremony. Prayers for Frank Williams. We didn't say anything at the beginning, but he had to miss today because he's having surgery for, he's having numbness or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah, so keep him in your prayers. Another thing, since we're all here, next week is Future Forward. And the city of
Yes.
Beckley has a booth, a table, whatever you want to call it. And I talked to Michelle Rodlini yesterday and Jill Morfin. We're trying to figure out what to do. And we kind of thought it'd be a good idea, if council would like to, is just maybe man the booth, a couple of us at a time, on Wednesday. So I think it's from 8 a.m. to 5. Is that right, Susan? Do you know, 8 to 5? So if we can just get together by text or something, that, you know, and each
Sure.
of us take a couple of hours,
You
maybe
want,
two
you
of us.
want Jill to arrange that?
Jill said she didn't have anything planned. She's like, whatever. I said, well, we have a meeting tomorrow at council. I'll just mention that to them and see if city council members would be interested in doing that. And that way, if you got people from the city, they come out, you know, they could meet with council and give us their concerns. It'd just be a good community thing for us to do. If you all want to. If not, Jill said she would get department heads to do it on a rotating basis. So I told her we would try to figure it out this morning. So it's up to you all. What do you think, Mr. Gerald? Is that, you got any other ideas for it?
No, I'll be there.
Right.
I've
And
told
the
her
other
about
thing is too, if we have a couple people there at the booth
Sure.
at a time, it gives some of the rest of us opportunities to go around and talk to other people. So
Is it Earth Day, is it April
Do
22nd?
you want-
Tuesday?
Reason I
next
said, do you
Wednesday.
want Jill to arrange it? Do you want Jill to arrange the times, is what I meant.
well, I think by text we could probably do what's
Yeah.
like I would like to do earlier because I have to leave and
Okay.
go to Kentucky. So maybe by text we could divvy up the hours.
Okay.
And then we'll just give it to Jill. Does that sound the best way?
That sounds
Or we
good.
could set it up, you know, as soon as we adjourn here if you all want to figure that out.
Sure.
I'm at New River Primary that day in the morning, so in the afternoon I could probably do
So
something.
yeah, we'll figure it
So,
out.
so
before
y'all
we leave.
figure it out, and just let me know, and
Sounds good.
I'll give it to Jill, or whatever you want me to do.
All right. Is there anything else before we adjourn?
I just wanted, and I asked Mr. Trapp if it was okay with him, and I'll let the mayor, ask the mayor as well. Kobe Dillon was named
Oh,
Soccer
yeah.
Player of the Year. Just think of all the hundreds of soccer players in West Virginia, and our very own Kobe Dillon is the Soccer Player of the Year, and I would like to invite him to council if his, and give him one of those certificates that I make.
That'd be great.
And do we have any challenge coins anymore?
Yes,
Challenge-
yes,
a challenge
yes.
coin?
we got plenty.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Sherry. With that, may I have a motion?
And I would like to mention that Mr. Captain Morgan will be there. He's giving one of the presentations at the forward.
Okay.
Okay.
So may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Very good.
Do you have a signature?